Hey, what's going on? This is Justin here, back with another pickups video. I have a sweet stack of movies here that I can't wait to show you, and I'm going to start with the James Cameron director-approved 4K releases of True Lies and Aliens. I finally got these in. I didn't order The Abyss, and now I wish I did because I've never seen The Abyss. And now I can't find it anywhere on 4K. I think it's sold out everywhere. And I know that that was sort of the precursor to the liquid metal technology in T2. I watched them both. If you're a lover of physical media and you understand all the crazy jargon and technology that it takes to sort of upscale these to a higher resolution off of like working prints and stuff, more power to you, because I don't. But there is a controversy because James Cameron used some AI upscaling for these. There's like side-by-side screenshots and it looks weird. I will say True Lies looks a little funky. There is a lot of smoothing sort of in the face. It kind of looks like action figures at times. So that was kind of disappointing. I mean, it is exciting to have this finally on a 4K and Blu-ray, because I only have the anamorphic DVD, and you know, that is as good as it can be. People were upset by it, and I understand why. I mean, I could see why. I don't understand why, because I'm not sure of like what goes into all of it. There is some weird facial stuff. that sounded bad. There is some weird things going on with the face and the colors and the smoothness of it all. I think it looked okay on my TV. It was really fun to sort of see this movie again. It's really long. Like, it feels longer than Avatar. Because there's that whole side story with Bill Paxton. Spoilers. But there's this whole side story with Bill Paxton and Jamie Lee Curtis's character that sort of derail the momentum of the movie. And then like both storylines sort of merge into one big storyline. As great as Bill Paxton is, it really sort of lets the foot off the gas, so to speak. But I enjoyed revisiting this, and I'm glad I own it on 4K, even though some of the time looks weird. And then for Aliens, I thought Aliens looked really good. I think it's because it's a movie that's mostly shot at night. There was a bit of like noise reduction, I could tell, so it's not as grainy, which I feel would actually add to the movie. They cleaned it up a bit. It looks crisper, and the nighttime stuff, which is pretty much the whole movie, it looks really good. Like the colors, I feel like they're more vibrant than the colors in True Lies. I love this movie. It's hard to pick which one's my favorite, but I always lean towards, when I really think about it, I always lean towards Alien, because I like the horror aspects of that more than the action elements of this, which are also great. And this one's like scary, but also incredibly fun. So those are my hot takes that you didn't ask for on the James Cameron 4K releases of True Lies and Aliens. So starting off with a bang. You know how I said True Lies sort of lets off the pedal? This movie does not let off the pedal. This is World War Z. It's on a Blu-ray and DVD steelbook. I got this online at Best Buy's website because I got a gift card from my cousin. It was a late Christmas present. And I was like, ooh, what can I get? And I know they don't sell physical media in stores anymore. So I went online to see what they had, and they had a bunch of stuff like super discounted. So this was $8. This movie does really hit the ground running and is very action-filled and very tense, and it never lets up until the ending, which is the most disappointing part of this movie. It's Brad Pitt drinking a cola as zombies run past them. And I'm also not a fan of the fast zombies, but it works for this movie. It's not a faithful adaptation of the book by Max Brooks. It's a really fun, sort of adrenaline-filled zombie action film. You know, it's PG-13, so all the scary stuff is just jump scares. But it's really thrilling, and I remember feeling the same way the first time I saw the movie, which was like the ending was sort of a disappointment, because everything else leading up to it was pretty insane and scary in a world view. Like, they really sort of pull back on the virus nature and the pandemic nature of a zombie virus, and they like show it from different locations and how cataclysmic it can be. It's still pretty good. Like parts of this is thrilling and fun, but I remember being disappointed by the ending. And when I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, that tracks. I got this Tenacious D. This is the Shout Select Blu-ray. So I did upgrade my DVD. This is a really fun road trip rock movie. It's got really great performances, a kick-ass soundtrack. I saw this movie in theaters with an old high school buddy, and we were the only two in the theater. And I was like, this is not going to make money. But it became sort of a cult classic, which I feel like is what Tenacious D is. They're a bit of a cult classic metal rock band. Yeah, this is a good time. If you've never seen it, check it out. Dave Grohl plays the devil. I owned a DVD of Ronin, and I missed out on the Arrow Videos 2K Collector's Edition. I think it's out of print, but thankfully Kino Lorber put out a 4K of this, and I was able to snag this from Amazon. If you've never seen Ronin, it's a kick-ass heist action film with really great car chases, starring Robert De Niro and Jean Reno, and directed by John Frankenheimer. And it's got a great Boromir, I call him Boromir, a great Sean Bean part. Yeah, this is a really good movie, and I'm glad that I was able to upgrade it. So Ronin on 4K. And then this is kind of fun. I went to a coffee shop called Strange Brew. You know, every now and then I'll go to a coffee shop and I'll do some work. I'll bring some work with me. I've shot plenty of YouTube shorts where I'm talking about going to a coffee shop, recording at a coffee shop, drawing at a coffee shop. So I found myself at Strange Brew. My wife had gone before me one other time, and she sent me a picture of this Blockbuster kiosk they had. So, you know, it's like a tiny library where it's like take a book, leave a book. And it had a bunch of movies in there from the Green Hills Public Library District. And I was like, oh, well, when I go to Strange Brew Coffee, I'm going to check that out and browse through it, and maybe I'll leave some movies. I actually did leave. I went back after my first visit, and I left the DVD versions of these two because I picked up a movie from there called Save Yourselves. And this is a horror comedy. It's about this couple that rents a cabin in the woods, and then the world starts ending around them, and they're being attacked by these giant fuzzy hairballs. They're kind of like those things in Star Trek. I forget what the name is, so I'm not going to try and say it. But if you know what I'm talking about, then you'll get an idea of what this movie is about. I remember watching this, renting it, and I thought it was really funny. So I picked it up. It's got commentary. It's got a blooper reel, so I can't wait to revisit this. This is Save Yourselves. Okay, and then two more. I went to the Tinley Park Library, and, you know, a lot of these libraries have stores where they sell used books and used movies. So I did break my rule again. I did buy a movie, but it was only for $1, and the money goes directly back to the library. So I thought that it was a good cause and just another reason for me to buy something. But they had The Shallows on DVD, and this is a Blake Lively versus a shark movie. So it's kind of almost open. For $1, I couldn't pass it up. I really enjoyed watching this. I saw this in theaters. I thought Blake Lively gave a really good performance. Just her versus the shark. You know, it gave us feels of like dying alone and like isolation because she's trapped on this little island thing and the shoreline is getting swallowed up and she's trying to make it to the shoreline. This is the worst description of the movie The Shallows ever. I'm pretty sure Lady Gaga did the song. Just kidding. So anyways, she's trying to make it to the shoreline before the tide washes the land that she's on. And so she needs to figure out a way to make it back to shore before the shark gets her. And then this I was excited to get. This was on Amazon for like 70% off. And I've never seen it before, and I've always wanted to see it. It is called One Cut of the Dead. It is a zombie movie about a film crew that is making a zombie film, and then an actual zombie outbreak happens. It's very meta in that way. I get like Shaun of the Dead vibes, because maybe it says here the best zombie comedy since Shaun of the Dead. But I know Walmart currently has this in a steelbook with the Blu-ray, but it's like $25. And I'm like, I could get it for free because I had Amazon gift card money. So I'm excited to watch this. So let's go over it again. One Cut of the Dead, The Shallows, unopened. Save Yourselves. Shout out to Strange Brew Coffee. Thanks for having that really cool Blockbuster kiosk. Ronin in 4K. The Shout Select Tenacious D's Pick of Destiny. World War Z Steelbook. And the James Cameron approved, slightly controversial True Lies and Aliens 4K upgrades. So those are my pickups for this video. Every now and then something will happen where I'll get a gift card, or like there'll be some crazy deal, and then like I'll get a stack. And that's usually what I've been doing in terms of releasing and pacing these videos, is I'll buy a movie and then I'll wait until I have accumulated enough to like shoot one of these pickups for you. I hope you've been enjoying this. It's been really fun talking movies with you, and I hope you like the content. Yeah, I'm gonna be eventually shooting the collection soon, and then I have like some exclusive stuff I'm gonna do on my Patreon. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram for cool art, and YouTube and Patreon. The handle is @WhenYouWereLittle, and I will see you guys on the next. In the shalalalalows. All right.